Hello, critters, and welcome to episode 30 of Critical Role. Milestone in Campaign 1, episode 30. We got Your Sister Lives to Percy. Campaign 2, this is where Chester and Ford meet Caduceus and find out about Molly. And now we're going to see what happens in this version of 30. I think that every 10 milestones, I'm just going to compare where they were. Or I'm not really compare. I'm just going to say where they were in their timelines. I'm ready to tell you guys about my fun announcement and my new little business venture. And I know I'm going to get roasted in the chat. It's okay. We're all kids inside, and this zens me out. The link to my shop is down in the description below, and it's called Squish 4 Initiative. We've got a gelatinous cube logo, and I have been spending the last over a month perfecting different slime recipes and colors. I hope you go at least check it out. I have a few favorite textures and some new ones I've just made. You know I'm a fidgeter, so when you see me just like zenning out and poking things, it'll be different slimes I've made, and you can get those in the shop. As always, don't forget to subscribe and become a member if you haven't already. Let's enjoy episode 30.
Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit down and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Tonight's episode of It's Thursday night. One by one we climb until we reach the top. We all share the same goal. Time to continue our climb. For one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Thursday night. Critical Role. Another fantastic week.
And welcome back.
I think the more lewd it is, the more serious you get.
Trekked to their long-term ally, Ira Wendigoth, Nightmare King.
We don't like Ira. Ira, not a good guy.
So, you gathered your single, now quickly coming upon a cliff edge.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Birdie seems to know where she's going.
Birdie's still careening.
Okay.
Like straight forward?
Yeah, straight towards the cliff.
Are we gonna fly off the cliff?
What are we doing?
Oh, don't worry, there's bridges around here.
But I don't see one where you're going at a very fast speed.
Just looks over her shoulder and do you trust me?
I don't
Maybe?
Good.
That's a good answer.
And just like picks up the pace, legs now, digging it even harder as those of you are falling behind, more dirt and clods being thrown up. Its impact causes the bridge ahead to just ripple with over the ravine like a long-drawn cloth, tight gorge that down below in the space you can see there's like a
I'm gonna keep steering into the corner of wherever they're coming from just to make it awkward.
We're gonna play chicken. I like it.
Not for long.
Well, but they start trying to find maybe to try and squeeze between the two.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Within just a second, they're right past you. A lot of like spears and spikes and elements where you gather
most
folks
Mad
will try to
Max.
avoid it or be impaled on it. Their skin looks like it's deeply sand, possibly sun scarred, like my forehead, a little darker. But it has.
What happened?
Since our honeymoon, it never quite went away.
Your personal thing.
Right? I said it, but it did.
You know, I have that too, as a ginger. Totally
I don't know
do.
why I said that.
You
Guys wear it the
quite a lot.
I do.
Let's all just go around and say one weird thing about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have butt problems.
One nipple is higher than the other.
I'm fascinated with my pores.
Really warm in the back of my neck suddenly.
I have crippling PTSD.
Yes. Anyway, sorry. The mark of the Fist of the Ruiner.
Ruin.
Often remembers that
You're not making
particular
this easy on
faction
yourself,
in
Matt.
Bassus will get bloody, like long, dragging tear marks under one or both eyes.
Got it. And that's a sign of like high ranking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like they get one, then they get the other.
Correct.
You get one fist in the
So
Orm, that was a marking of fists of the fist of the ruiner.
What are you saying?
He's a
I'll
mighty
tell you when we
fister.
stop.
Orm, you also notice, because you have the world's highest fucking passive perception.
Strap in, it's only going higher.
It's true. Still clutching onto FCG, and you see what looks to be a weird, like, wisp of smoke that's, like, vanishing in the direction from where you came from, high up in the air.
So smoke trailing from the city, does it look about, or just
It's not
behind?
trailing. It's like a little
Flare?
like a cloud of like kind of a dark smoke that notice it split second before you hit. There's some
Before
sort
you
of
hit.
a mechanical apparatus or a wire raised apparatus, like a metal grating or a net or some sort of a sudden trap like fence line just shoots up out of the ground that pretty much covers the lengthway and breaking them, getting caught up a little bit, dealing a little bit of damage.
Gonna telekinetic shove
Yeah.
Laudna down onto the trailer to
Oh.
keep her from flying out of it.
Okay, good call.
That's
Good call.
The weight of an acorn, so yes.
And Orm's gonna gust
Laudna
underneath
shoves her.
FCG to lift.
Oh.
Lift
Imogen
as
shoves
much as he can.
blood.
Okay, cool, good call. The both crawlers
Yeah.
take what
Yeah,
would
my
be
brain is mush now.
14 points of
Straight
piercing
up
damage. It is halved because they take half that
Yes.
anyway, and then halved again because of the successful saves.
Yes.
So it says, "Halt!
Alt.
Stop or die!"
Those are very limited options.
Well, I guess the legs don't skid. I can't drift with legs.
You can do it.
So
Sure.
I'm gonna try and like
Well,
skip
I mean,
and
dogs kind of drift when they run
like,
too fast.
Well, I've seen
on
there's
floors.
someone down. I'm gonna try and. Are we doing this?
Oh, we're just having a conversation.
talking, just
Just them
talking.
stealing their shit.
They're stealing their shit. Let's steal their shit.
How many bodies can we see just as we've come to a stop and they turn and point their uglies at us?
They're ugly.
At this point, you can see 6.
6 people?
Travis, like, yeah, they're gonna die.
Blows
It's
through a bit
just
of
6
dust, kind of.
people.
Leave your belongings among the stone and rock,
Oh, so
He's
scary.
and leave in peace.
So spooky.
Leave our belongings amongst the rock. And what?
Then leave in peace.
Oh, leave in.
Across the bridge that we just came.
Back where you came from, yes.
What if we need to go forward though?
Is there like a toll we can pay?
These idiots, I love them.
The other guy talks to them for a bit and kind of shakes his head.
These fucking guys.
Leave your things and then you can continue.
Who says who?
Says us.
I don't even know you.
I think they're the fists of the ruiner.
The mighty,
a
fearful
faction.
fisters.
We don't have a lot of belongings here. Just like a backpack full of stuff. Do you just want our backpack?
Backpack bomb.
You may leave your backpacks on the ground. Your weapons, any money you have.
I'm just gonna pick up the backpack from the car that we have, from the crawler that we have, and go set it down by the leg of the ruined crawler.
Okay.
We also have some coupons.
There's some platinum in there. I don't know, but we're
Yes.
keeping our weapons and our crawlers. We've got to go. I mean, like, if you really want to have a conversation, send a few fists down here. We'll have it. We'll talk about it. But this is what we got.
I back up, back towards the crawler.
loud
The crawlers
whistle.
are how far away?
30 or so feet.
Okay.
There are kind of rifles kind of situated up against their, one of them has like a pistol and it's kind of just holding it out. Like they don't really know how to hold it properly and they're like too squared and awkward and bent.
Where is he in relation to the backpack I just set down?
He's kind of on the
Laudna
front of
chose
the
murder.
center part of the platform, leaning on the front on the, by where the metallic guard wall is.
Okay.
We're gonna
I'm
see
use
Matt's
my
okay
mage hand to
face.
set the timer off and blow up the bomb.
Nice.
What,
Yeah.
how many times?
Close enough to it to do it?
I set it off next to the leg of the ruined crawler.
You did.
We were all there, Matt.
How much time are you putting on there?
Can it be instant?
Like instant, because we're far enough away.
Okay.
Before I do this, you hear, back up a little, and then I set it off.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we woke up and chose
so-
murder today.
Oh boy.
To the ruiner.
That sounds good. I just hop off the crawler.
Great. Now the rest of you, if you would.
There is like a momentary flash of light before the sound hits you. This massive explosion that suddenly rocks the ground beneath it. You see stone go flying in all directions. Your ears immediately ring.
Thank you for getting me to that thing. I was very excited. When you grabbed it, I'm like, oh, thank God, this is good.
Let me show you. Since we have now engaged in aggressive point, we can
have
figure
a
out
map?
what that spatial awareness is.
I
in just a
love
moment.
maps.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, it's so pretty.
They stop back here. Well, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Hell yeah.
So you detonated a
Let's
bomb, and the
roll
point-
initiative.
The point of conversation,
I'm
if you like,
15.
we're just in initiative order
Gamara
now,
has
'cause
+3.
you've definitely made an aggressive maneuver on them.
Natural 20 for 25.
No, ignore that. I just fixed it.
Okay.
Nothing.
20 to 15.
17.
16.
Right. Three of them begin going off, and you're up close and personal. You can see there's like hundreds of these caps, of these various points of black powder, little packets that are jammed into different parts of these dozens and
of
dozens
caps?
of long metal oblong pipes of different sizes and widths and lengths. And as it begins to go, they're slowly spinning like and going, and smoke going off the side. And he's like having to hold on to this as it's going. 15?
Nope.
Good.
It
Good.
just manages
Mage
to
armor
streak
for the
off the
win.
arcane bit of Julatna. That's going to be 13.
13's my AC.
Oh.
13 manages to still
Oh,
hit you.
no.
All right, so one of the shots, even as wild as he's arcing it past, it does still manage to strike you in the shoulder, and it hurts like a motherfucker. This will put you at...
Shield?
This is pretty crazy. Wow!
But you can
You
just
take
eat the bullet and heal FCG.
12
It's
points of
okay.
piercing damage.
Oh, fuck! I throw it back and I do hellish rebuke.
Yes.
Nice, all right.
Like directly into his
Yeah.
eyes and just like push like this
And he's like now just
burning
coughing.
fuel into his face.
It's almost like the smoke itself became like a face hugger, and it's like onto
Love
his face,
it.
and he's like
Face
coughing
huggers.
angrily. So he's still
You guys
holding the
play
sheet.
Half-Life growing up?
All right, cool.
Just point my hand straight up to where I'm pointing at him.
Yes.
My eyes are gonna flare white. Hair flies up in the air, and I'm gonna lightning bolt
Do
Shit,
it.
okay.
straight up through the gun into him. Ignites any flammable objects
Oh no.
in its path
Wow.
that isn't being worn or carried. On the
Like the black
on the
powder
black
charges in the
Yeah.
gun.
yeah.
The hundreds, the tens, the however many there was described.
Now they do. The leader of them, Marcus, like goes "Ooh," and ducks down and just kind of like singes the top of his head, and energy's arcing all across the metal. It's conductive material, so now the energy kind of crackles through the midsection where they are. The guy behind him turns and goes, "What?" Gets blasted in the chest by the explosion of the bomb earlier, and he just gets completely incinerated. There is a.
Wanted our stuff.
I know. Well, I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just trying to.
What are you saying?
I was just trying to ignite
What do
the.
you mean you were trying to kill him?
You were totally trying to kill me. Chose murder. It's okay.
And collapses in the inside. Smoke kind of up. He's like,
Sent 100,000 volts in their direction.
the guy up top takes. The guy.
Did it do anything to the
Charges.
to the black
Did
powder?
it shoot all the bullets at us? Ballistics. How did they work?
They explode. They will fire at whatever they're pointing at.
Yeah, there's got to be someone.
Ignites
someone's
flammable objects.
Careful where you point that.
I'm right in front of it.
Inside a thing.
I know.
They're in caps, so they could kind of go wherever.
Okay,
Like,
I'll
it's
say
just-
I'll.
it's shrapnel.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
There are right now 237 charges loaded into
What?
237 bullets.
Oh wow.
Cover, at least.
I'm gonna say the ones that are surface struck by this go off. So I'm gonna put that at about 60.
60?
That's 60 shots that all at once out of the front of this gun. It is aimed loosely in the direction
Oh my gosh.
of the front of this vehicle. So
Oh
I'm gonna
my
go ahead and
gosh.
take, with
Oh my
disadvantage,
gosh. Oh.
a number of shots at everybody in the way here as it just
Everybody.
arcs in a.
Everybody. Everybody.
TPK to party.
Everybody. Place your bets. How many people are going down? At least 3. 3 of y'all are going down.
So I'm just rolling damage on it here.
Kyle, bring in the squibs.
Bonus Brennan
Ashen, I'm
energy
gonna say
for
that.
4 or more.
No.
Yeah, all right.
I'm sorry. Really cool idea.
It's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Okay, no, that works out. It's about 5 shots per person coming across this way here.
5 shots per person.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So 5 shots need a disadvantage.
Oh boy. Well,
Natural
yep,
one.
say Livy. Natural 1.
16.
That's my AC.
Wait, is he gonna roll 60 times?
No, 5 each.
Oh,
5 each.
yeah, but okay.
That's
They don't just explode in the gun. They literally
That's
shoot.
You strike a bullet, it explodes.
Yep, it's gonna hurt.
it's the propulsion of the explosion that fires the bullet.
And with her luck, Lana gonna be taking the most damage.
I just thought if all of them ignited at once, it would explode the gun.
There are multiple bullets in
Which
the gun.
we'll get to that moment here shortly because it's going to do
God.
something to it.
I can
My
see.
brain didn't process the damage.
That's okay. You know, you
I
grew up on
see
a farm.
Ford
She's
sitting
a
on a-
horse girl.
On a
Oh,
backwards
guys,
chair
You
on a
do.
ship going, so you decided to base your fantasy in real world shit.
They
Right.
decided to blow up the bullet.
That's 6 points of piercing damage. Hodier.
Oh dear.
Hondier.
Oh no!
Hondier. So that's 1 hit
Yeah.
that misses me. Hondier is unconscious. Hondier's just like, what's going on?
That's 1. That's 1 down.
We can fix this. We can fix this.
We're gonna have a crawler soon, guys. Love it.
Oh no!
We're gonna have a crawler. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So, that is gonna be a.
This is your goldfish moment.
This is your goldfish moment. No.
21.
Sam.
Okay. He just gets blown away.
Now I'm
That's
just going
2.
to try and not damage it anymore so that we can take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Yeah, sure.
And then the last one is gonna be a 20 to hit.
Uh-huh.
Hit.
You then take 7 points piercing damage.
All right.
Okay.
Exciting.
Birdie Calloway.
Man.
Good luck, Birdie.
Mom dies forever.
Third move of the combat.
I know.
I know. No, I love this. This is great.
Mayhem.
I adore
It's
it.
mayhem.
2 natural 20s. I'm not even
Oh,
joking. Let's take a picture of that.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Against which,
Against the guy back there.
He just
oh man.
had it out for him.
Apparently. Okay.
Yay!
This is a great move, Last one over here.
We're not surrounded.
No.
3. Got
Miss.
3.
Yeah.
1 on the crawler. 2 on the
Miss.
ground.
And we only got 2 downs.
And hit. So
So
2 hits on him.
it's very lucky for them.
I'm okay.
Oh.
You're dead to start.
Yeah.
I'm good.
What is a little bit more death? You know?
Being shot up in the air from each of these impacts. You all take a number of hits, dodge a bunch of them, and in a brief moment, there's that pause of like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. What
they
the fuck
cost you
just
to go
happened?
forward
Image
this
it.
device. Katria Special. Bursts and fans open, and currently is non-functional.
Wow.
2 more shots at you, Laudna. He's trying to take you down.
I'm Imogen.
Sorry. I don't know. It's Laura Laudna.
He's back.
It's the
I'm
L.
back.
I know. I don't know why.
We should just change names.
No!
You just want to be Lana? Let's change characters, right?
That's a natural 1.
Suppose a natural 1 does anything to that gun, does it?
You wanted to do something to your hammer?
No, I mean like, because guns have a thing where sometimes things happen on natural 1s.
For the this is.
I was just throwing it out.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Fair
He was
enough.
asking
They lost the
Percy
big
questions.
gun already.
right.
So that was a big natural one.
Yeah.
PTSD from that game.
9 points of piercing damage to you, and he's gonna go ahead and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Bad idea. It's wrong people. Chose the wrong people. Turning it around.
I said fuck you.
Which is gonna be.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, I can get all of you.
I'm down.
Oh!
That's 3 down.
Oh no! Oh, you're our healer.
And it's still burning.
Oh, what is it?
It's acid.
So it's every round.
Every round.
Laudna? Sorry,
Imogen?
Imogen, what the fuck? So now you're making me do it. Now you're in my head. Now you're in my head.
It's all right. It's dangerous right now, so we're all a little.
A little bit on
It's
edge.
fine, Brennan. It's fine. Just keep
Brennan,
going.
it's fine. Oh yeah.
Touche.
That's 4 down.
Ladna is unconscious. Imogen, I'm gonna keep saying
Holy
it.
shit.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious
4 unconscious.
and still burning.
We're gonna have to get the FCGs fast.
Towards FCG. Perfect.
And kick him with your
And
hoof.
spit in his face.
Spit in his face. I love it.
Just do the stomp out.
I love that that's her healing. I just spit on him,
um,
kick him, and heal.
And
Bullet kind of grazed Laudna's face,
Uh-huh.
and so my mouth is kind of like torn open, and you can see like exposed teeth and gum. And I just like feel that, and I grab into it with my fingers, and I rip even further, and start dislocating my jaw as I take on my
Form of dread.
Beetlejuice
Love
shit.
it.
I love it.
I will shoot as I'm just slowly walking towards. I just keep shooting the scorching rays.
Ooh, yeah.
As I'm staring at it.
Just walking towards him. He's like standing there with his rifle over his shoulder. He's like reloading it on top of it as it's cruising away. And then all of a sudden, glances over towards you. The smoke kind of framing him. He growls. The first one burns. The second one hits the side of the thigh, and the gun just flies out of his grip. And he looks back at you for the third one. And how do you finish him?
I would love for him to fall off, and then I can stand over him.
As you kind of begin to walk up to him as he's now fallen back onto this space.
Love it.
I'll walk up and I'll just say, I'm gonna take your stuff now.
Oh.
Get him
I'm gonna attempt a sleight of hand while she's walking past.
Yes.
Me. That's my reaction.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, if you want to consider her a combatant against you for this instance, sure.
Okay. Just for fun.
What's happening?
I just
Pick a pocket.
Are you picking my
As
pocket?
you were doing your, I just took a
During
little
your,
thing.
how do you want to do this?
You can
Right.
Ignore me. Carry on.
We'll come to it later.
Come to it later. Come to it
I
later.
love it.
Okay, I finished
Enjoy.
this turn.
I want to know what he got.
That was an excellent use of the backpack, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that we have that off our plate now.
Yeah. What if it had gone off on?
That would have been a mess. I mean, clearly it would have been a mess.
Stole
You should give that.
Yeah.
a porcelain blue thimble.
Gotcha.
That's for a giant. It's a very big thimble. It's kind of like a little teacup.
Okay. Porcelain blue giant
Love it.
thimble.
He did a lot of cross stitching.
No judgment.
I was asked to fix this up to kind of help keep the place lively.
Fixed you up with
The rocks.
purple, glowing, life-giving rocks?
These are very familiar rocks to you.
Oh, so I was gonna.
Like the kind that dissolved and forced rift.
I did promise you a new rock.
That's your light fixture. Very, very pretty. Can
It's
we
a
feel like if you
temptation.
hold your hand like in their direction, is there like a heat or
Don't
anything that
press
comes
the
from
red
them?
button,
Put your hand
Travis.
towards it?
Yeah. Does Ira handle the purple stones at all, like with touch?
Yeah, well, he's the one who brought him here.
Laboratory.
A laboratory. Dating.
Seriously,
Get off
Chet.
my
Don't
laboratory.
touch the rocks. I know that's what you want to do.
That is not true. That is not. You're in my head, right? It's a little true, but I'm not gonna touch the rocks. I bet I could just touch it real fast.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Fern! Fern! And runs up and like just brings you in this big bear hug. And you can see like he's about a good foot shorter than Fern.
I pick him up. Just the biggest hug.
Oh, love,
So
love, it's been so long.
I'm so much taller than you.
Grew up faster than we expected.
Well, I think maybe it's been a little longer than you expected.
Strong and coming into your own for a young adult, huh?
I don't know if I would even be considered
Young
a young
adult,
adult
right.
anymore, even though I feel like one. I'm 112 now.
Oh, that's cute. What?
I think we missed a lot of time.
What you thought was a part of the machine, you now see are some long bent limbs that
Ira.
clutch it from each side and legs that wrap around it, and a big, wicked grin. You can see a heavy set of goggles over the eyes, and what looks to be a dark leather, like an apron of some kind that's around the body, and these long gloves that go past the elbows.
You should give him the butcher's bib.
Hi, friends.
Something Ira needs.
He slowly begins to descend like a spider crawling down his web. Who is the curious one of your lot as he pockets the lens?
Of course.
Come with me.
Okay.
Of course.
And he grabs your hand, the fingers like wrap around your hand and clutch across his hand.
I've got very tiny, dainty fingers too. So
Yeah,
just
it's
I love it.
He kind of pulls, and in this one like a solid move, and he pulls you back. His long bent lids, kind of him having to like crouch down to get to where you're standing, and pulls you to the front of this odd device. It looks.
She's in it.
She got scared. Oh, that's great.
Oh my god!
She got spooked.
Oh no, that might have been the best.
The choice of mug makes it even better.
7 years.
I just felt some like scratching, and I was like, "There's a creature!"
But it was a cup.
It's Ira. It's Ira. It's Ira.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Fucking amazing. I don't know what I thought was gonna.
Just as we're talking about that, yeah. It's better to
And
show.
he pulls it to your face, and it does kind of like press onto
The
it.
Rudis moon.
The red moon of Ruidus.
Oh my god.
In the center of your vision.
How do we know you're not just gonna take advantage of whatever power you find and betray everyone?
Just like the unseelie cord.
You don't have to trust me. But if you stop me, then what do you learn?
What your insides look like. That's right, bitch, I'm back.
So I asked her to come with me. And she went, no. And she asked me to come with her. And I said,
Yeah.
yeah. So I left the troop.
How many years ago was that you met?
I met Birdie.
Yes.
11, 12 years in the calendar.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have to keep asking.
She's
this
been
fella
alive
for his
longer
calendar.
than their relationship.
I was going to say you look a bit old for like 14. Well, you left her with Morrigan.
Yeah.
She's a collector of things. And if she knew she had limited time, she may have stretched it for all it's worth.
Morgan enjoyed raising her. In last week's video, I was talking about like how sad it was that Fern lost so much of her life away from her family. For Morgan to just like, I know she was loved, but it still felt like very kidnappy to me. And then some of you guys in the chat were like, just think of it as maybe Morgan knew that she only had so much time to prepare Fern to get her to where she needed to be. I mean, well, Morgan is the fate stitcher, right? So, I mean, that makes me feel a bit better. Definitely makes me feel a bit better.
Have grown up with her as my grandmother, so I am very grateful for her, and I do love her very much.
And she does favors for those who ask in exchange for things to add to her collection.
Like Ursula.
She's what you'd call
A little take
Cool.
is your voice.
all sorts of other types in that realm take variations of that. But she has no coven. She's a strange one in her own right. Don't know how old she's been. She's always been around since I have.
So, we all know that the Hag network is connected. All Hags know each other. Fern has been with Maury for a long time. Everybody's gotta know Fern. And Maury's Fern. Ooh, I wonder how many threads she can pull. Ooh, that thought is so much fun.
I have a question. So, in order for Maury to do favors, you have to give her something. Was I something that you gave for a favor?
Well, no, we just... And he looks over his shoulder up towards Ira, who's in the process of installing the weave lens. You can see him kind of clutching the green circle of glass off to one side as he's like pulling aside bits and beginning to install it. And you see Ollie's face just go pale.
Ira traded baby Fern.
Looks over at Birdie.
And her parents.
And she like sits down in a chair. Ira, you said that you said that she would make this for us, right? Right? And you hear in the back the voice go, and with that it's done. Closes it. Gets her call down. We would like to take the first look now that it's complete.
Now let's point out Rudis. It's gonna be Imogen.
Maybe Imogen.
I would like to.
I'm just gonna
Oh
say
man. She touched the rock. She's looking through the scope. Oh gosh.
All the way around it, or does it look
like
more
a
like
chicken
a cage?
Yeah.
It looks more like a cage. Is the best
It's
way I
a
can describe
prison.
it. And it doesn't.
I see a god that can't get out.
A god that can't get out?
Am I right?
But it can't be the two forgotten gods, right? Because they've been destroyed by being pushed through so many ley lines all over from Calamity, correct?
iPad, FCG.
Now you've seen a few storms in your time.
Yeah. Is this the storm?
Red clouds swirling angrily, aggressively, hungrily. And there's a city. And that's where tonight's episode.
Oh, come on, you can't. How dare! How dare! How dare you end it there? What?
What is it? What is it?
Something just, I don't want to say it.
Something
I don't want to
just
say
clicked.
it. Maybe when the cameras go off.
Yeah?
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Wait,
I have an idea.
what do you mean when the
No,
cameras
it
go
just
off?
bites.
This is what this was.
No, why are there keys
So.
on that?
You don't know.
I don't get to go to the moon.
Do we?
I kind of just want to go to the sun.
Last of Us was just a warm up.
There you go.
Really going.
Man, seeing Laudnay and anti-gravity would be pretty cool.
Just crazy hair.
Form of dread that Icar just starts like floating
Just
around.
crackling off
Yeah.
and just slowly moving in the direction.
Thank you very much. And is it Thursday?
I can't wait for Thursday. Part of me is like the possibilities of Avalier. Thanks to Spill Jammer, we're gonna rocket straight up to the moon. Oh my gosh. Cars, robots, mayhem. Maury, Hag, Maury. And the fact that like Fern could possibly be a network with a bunch of hags. And what if they're all like, oh yeah, this is my grandma Maury and these are her like Red Hat Society best friends. They're like tea sisters. They just, have tea and crumpets all the time. I'm so thoroughly amused. I can't wait for Thursday. If you wouldn't mind, check the links below. Go visit my new website and shop. It's all D&D themed, and I'm going to be creating textures and naming things after some of our favorite shows we watched together. Why? Because it sounds like an abundance of fun. Look at my coloring. Look how pretty that is. It looks like a night sky. This is Mana Potion, by the way. Because I love Diablo. Subscribe if you haven't already. Become a member. Join the Discord down below. I'll be more in Discord towards the middle of September. Right now I'm in it sporadically since we're launching. And when you go to my website, you'll be able to see our logo, which is just the cutest gelatinous cube, which I am working on creating to release. I love your face. I'll see you soon. Bye.